So, Jen, do we have this this sample slated for the Osidex biologists?
Looks to
And
me
then
like there's
maybe
a good
a
amount
cleaner,
on it.
yeah. Then maybe a cleaner vertebrae at the caudal end for the museum for isotope analysis. And then also a long piece of baleen for isotope analysis for the museum.
So Mo did mention that to her it still looks like it might be attached. So
Yeah, we'll see if it's barely attached, if it can break off. Dr. Goffretti really would like to have 2 to 3 bones with Osidex in them, preferably from different parts of the whale, to try and get a little bit of potential diversity in Osidex.
Mm-hmm.
From
it did look like there were some smaller vertebrae with Osidex on them at the near the caudal end.
Great, that would be good.
You can zoom in on Argus too.
Thanks,
I think
Paul.
there was some disarticulated bones on the left side near the middle with Osidex on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for. You want a little bit more?
Yeah, that came apart nicely.
All right.
That bone's kind of turning into Swiss cheese a little bit.
Jumping ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we want to save any of those, we can go to the forward box. If no.
I don't.
Do we know if there are
anyone who
Let's
said
go to
they
the forward
want
box
them?
because that's what I'm worried about. Throw it in the
It
forward
was
box.
breaking apart. Ah, okay.
I'm worried about it disintegrating on the way over to the starboard box.
Is there anything in the forward box?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just goes to show you how porous and eaten up these bones really are. They're pretty porous anyway, but
do we have squishy fingers
not like
on board?
land mammal bones.
Do we have squishy fingers on board? Paul's saying no.
No.
I don't know if anyone who's in the science chat sees that
Are we
white
ready
circle
for
on the piece of
box
baleen.
out?
What that might be.
Porch light.
On it.
You can put it A.
Lots of light.
Yep.
And as far as the Osidex go, we can, throw them several samples in the same box. I don't think that's a problem.
Or Jen?
So Chad, they wouldn't want to know for sure which bone, if there are multiple species, which bone they came from.
Yeah, so that was what, tip of the mandible, I guess?
Yeah, I just don't know how obvious it'll be if these bones are all so fragile, which bone is which.
Correct. We got frame grabs. Did we get frame grabs?
Yeah, we'll try and put them in different boxes as much as possible. That's easier for us on the ship too.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. And we can put baleen and bone together, definitely, if we want to double up. Okay, so next we wanted to grab that longer piece of baleen that was twisted in appearance.
Steve, can you confirm sample number?
That was 32.
32. And you'll be doing each of these separate numbers?
Yes.
Thanks.
Rob, do you see that piece? I don't, twisted one. It's like helical.
To the right. It's not in the frame of the camera.
Oh,
The longer one. Yeah. And can we get a measurement before we pick it up? Just the length of the piece of baleen, just in case it falls apart.
Oh. Good idea. Can we, yeah, pan over to the right so we can get the lasers closer to the piece of baleen? And you might be doing that. It's a lag here.
Oh, Bob, you're not on SPL.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I'm as far right as I can go with the camera. So if we need to look further to the right, I would have to relocate.
I think we can get a measurement from this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
all in view
from the
together.
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the video, once we actually see how much.
Of that baleen is all in one piece? Yeah.
Yeah. And if we got a couple of pieces, I think that would be fine too.
I don't know if is that all one piece there?
Yeah, that is
No,
all one piece. That's a nice piece. The one on the about
that's several
4
pieces
o'clock from
just
the
overlapping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's 3 pieces there maybe.
Yeah, there's 3.
A smaller one on top of a longer one, and then the one on the left of the arm is different. So if we can get those 2 that are together,
that'd be good.
Someone grab that. Yeah.
And let's see. Do you know, are any of these pieces that are in the arm, do they have any of the limpets on them? Because we're seeing limpets here and there.
Can we zoom in?
Yeah.
You want to zoom in?
Yeah.
You might lose that one.
Tilt up, thank you.
Let's see.
We can go back and get it.
Are we keeping these?
I'm not.
Yeah, we can go in the starboard box other side, or sorry, forward box other side, because that one.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, I see them.
I'm gonna push it
They're
out.
on they're on the
limpets.
lower.
Lower right. Okay.
Yes.
Zoom out now.
ready for the box
They're
out.
kind of gray
Yeah, box
oblong
out.
or ovals on that lower right.
That's what I was afraid of. It's
the
kind of
limpets.
precarious. This is going to be 033.
So that's one piece, right?
That's
Correct.
one
I think that's
piece
one
right now. If you want to get more, we can add more to this sample.
Yeah, if we can.
That's great.
Yep.
And that one, Mo, that one does have the limpets on it.
Yes.
That just went into the box.
Okay, I'll
All
zoom
right,
in.
so there
She
was,
says, perfect.
great. There was a piece right off the porch at the very bottom left of the screen that has a circle, white circle. Is that also a limpet?
Yeah,
A larger
that looks like a
limpet?
that looks like a little white limpet. It's kind
Should
of
we
a
grab that one
broad
too, then?
piece. I think that would be good. And I don't think, do any of the Osidex worm biologists, do they need baleen?
There was no indication for baleen from the Osidex folks. They just requested,
Okay.
yeah, bone, preferably brittle, kind of exactly like the one we collected, and 20 to 40 individuals.
Wait, hold on, Bob. Could you? Oh, can we? We were going to try and get a zoom of the limpet, so maybe you could rotate this 180 so we can see the opposite surface.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh, lose it. Lose it.
Okay,
Lose
that's
it.
great. Oh, no.
We'll get it back. We'll get it back. It's not gonna.
Luckily, this
run
isn't going to
away.
be hopefully like the kelp that ran away. Oh, look on the other side, how many limpets there are.
Oh yeah, that is a nice sample. And you can see the remnants of what I was calling, in air quotes, the hairs. Kind of like the inside. That's the inside of the baleen, where all the yummy invertebrates. Now, gray whales, they will dive down, and they're bottom feeders, actually. They kind of rotate on their side. Most are right-sided, but some are left-sided. And they shovel up the bottom in the mud, and amphipods that live in the mud.
Yeah.
Oh, amphipods that live right at the surface.
Wait, don't zoom out.
Did it? I think you still might have it. Oh, no.
No. I don't want to squish it, so it's.
Yeah.
We're just trying to balance it here. Is it? Stay in there.
Yeah, so the top side is the inside of the whale's mouth.
The part the tongue goes past, correct?
All right. Can you get the drawer out there?
Correct.
Ready?
Okay. Steve, this is going same drawer as the other baleen plate, yes?
Yeah, this is going to go in the starboard drawer on the forward bio box.
Dang it.
So
Come on.
it might be on the porch now.
It does not look easy.
All right.
It is on the porch.
Okay, drawer in. Drawer in.
In?
Drawer in. Drawer in. Okay, hold that.
Yeah, so shoreside folks, there's a document in the Google Drive called Whalebone Osidex Preservation Protocols. If there's anything to add to that, definitely let me know. So right now, it's just the Osidex and infrared protocols. So if there's anything specific, let me know before we come up to the surface. Not planning on taking anything off of these. It's just going to go like the limpets. We're going to go. The whole baleen should go in preservative, correct?
No, I believe it needs to be air dried.
Air dried, even with the
let me
biology.
check with Mo.
There's quite a number of associates on there.
I think the associates take a lot of photos, of course, but I think the associates come off.
We can do that.
And then we could do the inverts in the alcohol that's on board.
Yep.
Ethanol. And then the baleen can be air dried, and the bones can be air dried.
All right.
Ready?
The bones that aren't going for the to the worm biologists.
The clean bones. Or soon to be
The
clean bones.
yeah.
If you air dry them, right?
Rob, you
Yeah.
can make a video game of what you just did.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Third time's a charm.
Awesome. That squat lobster's like, I don't think so. Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh. Snooze, you lose.
All right, now what?
So, let us know if that's enough baleen or if you want more. In the meantime, let's try to slurp some of the worms that are sticking up out of the mud in that muddy
Can we see 'em
open
here?
patch
Zoom
above
in
where we.
now?
So let's look above where
was
the
33
baleen is
also.
that we've been collecting.
Are we seeing them in here?
Steve, did you see that?
Pan up a little bit, please.
Did you see that recommendation from Mo about freezing
Zoom in
if
out.
it gets too stinky?
Yeah, we can do that. What's your preference? We can do either.
Okay, so I'm looking at those tube worms.
Yeah, last year in that halo of the blubber matrix or whatever, they were all out and kind of flapping in the wind. Now we just see their tubes, so we don't even know if they're still in there or not. But
right. But I'm thinking if we'll take a slurp here and then we'll keep looking for them and we'll do a couple and hopefully we'll get some live worms somewhere. Okay.
Okay, we're looking at the.
Okay, so can you reach
stick-like
this
ones.
with the slurp?
Yep.
Yes, the tubes that are sticking
the
up
tubes,
out of the mud, the brown tubes.
yeah, the straws.
The straws, not the. I mean, it looks like there's some tubes sticking up that are fatter. Like, you know. Can you zoom in more?
Yeah,
It
so like
looks
this
like
guy
a-
right here.
That's
Kind of
the
like
other one.
mud
Like that guy.
tubes.
Yeah.
And then there's the white. Which one's?
Well, we're probably gonna
I
do
don't
both
think the
anyway, but.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
No.
don't think the white
Okay.
is worms.
Let's
I don't
zoom
know what
out
that
now.
is.
Got it.
All the way out.
All the way out.
Amanda thinks those white things are benthic ctenophores.
I'm gonna run the flush.
Yep.
Amanda, in your comment, were you referring to the ctenophores near the ribs or the other worms?
Okay, out. Zoom in. Zoom in more.
All right, we're on jar number 6 is clear, right?
6 is clear.
Ready?
Yep. Ready.
Tiny little sea pigs.
Yeah, we might be
All
getting those
over.
benthic ctenophores right now.
I think you might need to
Saw
dig
few
into the
go
mud
right
there
in.
a little bit to get those worm tubes. They seem like they're just getting blown around.
There we go.
Yeah, I think you are going to have to kind of dig down.
Want to dig down some?
Yeah, try and get the actual tube, the straw.
It's gonna smell good.
Oh, there you can see some of these tubes now. They're not coming.
Can we go
The,
get
folks
some
in
of
the
those
wet
tubes?
lab are.
Is that good?
More than that? Watch leads?
Yeah, keep going. I think you need to go a little deeper in that spot. Just to make
Yeah,
sure
kind of
we
that
dislodge
left,
some of the
deeper?
tubes.
that side on the left with an assemblage of 5 or 6 of them there. Those.
In here?
Yeah.
Okay. You sucking?
Now I am.
Chad, with the delay, I think you're the best able to direct in the moment.
Yeah, I was out of the van for
So, thank
about
you.
10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I understand you need a break, but when you're there, that's helpful because of the delay. It's a little harder for me to say there.
Ooh, yeah, it looks like you got those. All right.
All right.
I do wonder if they're just empty. But
Do you want to hedge your bets and take more, or is that?
I think that's good for now, and hopefully
Well, I
we
see
can
some
find
tubes in the bottom of the slurp, it looks like, so we'll see. But Amanda thought she saw some good potential worms near the ribs, and so we'll definitely try a couple other places.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we got an okay on this being enough baleen.
Okay, great.
And we have a bone from here. So, Chad, there is another piece of jaw that had lots of worms, but you said you wanted that it was requested the worms come from different locations. So do you want a second piece from here, do you think, or should we focus on another location?
I think you should
Any
focus
thoughts?
on another location. They didn't want, like 6 or 7, bones. Plus our permit is good for 10. So if we said got 3 for Ossidax, and I know we have vertebrae and other things. Let's see what we can find.
Okay, great. So I think then we can relocate.
Hey, Bob, I'm coming out.
All right. So we're done slurping?
Yeah, can we get a tight shot on that mandible for all the red fuzzy filaments coming out, just to get a nice shot of those worms coming out of that jawbone?
Let me put this away.
Just kind of.
It's almost in the middle, right?
Oops, I'll use the circle.
Circle.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
That area.
Slight pan left and a slight tilt up. Oop, too much tilt. That's the end of my lens.
Okay.
Hey, Jen, do we know if there are several species of Oxidex potentially here on this whale fall, or are we looking at maybe just
bubble
one?
cam over looking at the arm?
Yeah.
I believe there's at least 3 that Dr. Goffretti sequenced, but one was different enough to be a new species.
Great. Do you want to? Can we pan down a little, down the mandible?
Tilt down,
towards
Bob.
the ROV. And then, can we go up into the left? I thought I saw a bunch of tubes in between some of the baleen. Just curious to see if we see any
up to the left?
tubes. Yeah, up into the left.
Like in here?
There are some
behind
tubes.
the squat lobster.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
are
see
some
any worms
tubes
out.
down below also, Jen. Out of the frame. On the baleen.
Yeah. Trying to see if any look like they have.
Yeah, I mean, you can see them all interspersed, but we haven't seen any worms out yet.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want any more of the tube worms? Or Chad, or are we good?
No, not here. We're good. Let's go see if we can find one.
No, I mean the video. So we're good on video too? All right.
Oh, you know what? I think, yes, Steve's right. You guys can't see it at home, but it does look like there's some worms out of their tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Up at the top there of the frame.
Mm-hmm.
At first I thought they were the anemones.
The baleen.
Yeah. So I don't know if those are going to be easy or not to get out of those guys there.
I think it's worth a try if we can reach.
Is it too far anyway?
Zoom out.
Zoom out.
Can you?
Yeah, I have to
just
relocate.
collect it by picking up the baleen?
You want to relocate to get to those?
I think they're in the sediments right under the baleen.
Right on top of the baleen, but it doesn't make sense that they would be right on top.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's pick up and move over there in case those are the only live worms.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move forward and closer to those worms and see if we can try and slurp them. And if we can't, we can't.
You want to call this a new sample? I think that might be a good idea.
Yes, yeah.
Since they're in a different location.
How many jars do we have left?
So we're going to have 3 jars left. 2 jars after the sample.
Okay.
And
So-
Steve, the sample we just did was in slurp number what?
That was jar 6, the infrared worm
you.
tubes.
And science, I just recalculated our ascent time based on our depth, and the speed we'll be going, which is a little slower than I anticipated, or that I knew. So right now we're looking at a 4-hour, 4.25 ascent.
4.25?
So factoring in 15-20 minutes of time at the surface to get vehicles back on board, I think we should be leaving by 11:20ish, and it's about 10:27 now, so about an hour.
Yeah, so we got a boogie here.
Yep. We gotta zip before we zoom.
We'll get it right before the end of the cruise. I'm not sure which one is.
Sample 3, 2. It's in the can.
Bob, I think we have new nicknames. You're Zip, I'm Zoom.
Is it an option to drop the plates to buy ourselves a little bit more time?
Yeah, we can drop plates.
What would that up our ascent to? Our ascent rate?
If we drop, boy, now you're pinning me down to a number.
Approximate number. So I can give
What was your original number that you were basing it on?
I was told 18.
18?
Yeah.
It's possible that we'll get there if we dump the plates.
How about we take a midpoint into 15 for an estimate?
Yeah.
Great.
So I think those worms were directly in front of us. If I was able to maintain kind of visual orientation. Steve, Chad, do you agree?
Okay,
Like
now the
below
wind to
where
our
the
back
lasers
there.
are?
Yeah, a little bit below where the lasers are. Somewhere in
Okay.
that vicinity. We'll see. We'll wait till it clears out here. And Amanda, I agree. I think there are some more worms near this side of the whale where they were really, really thick last year. But we'll go ahead and try to get these just in case we're wrong about the side.
What jar you got queued up now? So we have 3, 5, and 7 are open. You can confirm that any of those are empty. Probably want to do a flush between this one and the last one too.
So I did do a flush after the last one, and that's why there's all the junk in there. I'll run it again, but...
No, that's fine. I mean, if it's clear, it's clear. 3, 5, or 7, I think, is what I have on my data sheets.
Can you zoom in now?
Sure takes a long time to clear, doesn't it?
Jar 5?
Yeah, that looks like... Yeah, that's
Zoom in
5.
some more. We're trying to get in there, right?
No, I think it's to the left.
No? To the left?
I think
I was
there's a
thinking it was-
couple of
those
worms
look-
there that are coming
More
out.
were there. A little further, wait, a little further over.
Left?
And up
Zoom
towards
out,
the
Al.
lasers.
Zoom
Our
out.
orientation changed a little bit, so I'm not sure.
I thought it was kind of right in here area.
Yeah, that's where I was looking. Was right, right in there. Zoom in now.
Can't move this very easily.
So I thought we were looking. Yeah, in there.
Yeah,
Oops, dang
I
it.
just saw some live ones. Yeah, so you can actually see
There's
this.
a little bit of tentacles,
This one right here is live.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this cluster is probably a good, safe bet.
Could be, yeah.
It's a safe bet what? That they're dead?
Oh, I've been good so far with the betting today, so
That's right.
Sounds, yeah, there's definitely,
There's a couple of live ones here and there.
yeah, I
for
think
sure.
Yeah.
I think there's some live ones. Oh,
yeah.
some live ones down here too. I can see faint tentacles here, here,
Yeah.
here. I'm loving this telestrator so much.
Well,
I'm gonna buy one for my house.
that's what it needs. It needs a home telestrator, right?
All right. Let's go with where
So
Steve
are we
saw the
going to go
most.
for that, or?
Yeah, let's go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay, zoom out.
So science, if we drop plates, we gain about 40 minutes, so we can do a noon leaving the bottom.
Yeah, that's what we did last year at the Octocone. We dropped plates to buy the extra time we needed to get to the summit.
Okay, zoom in.
So I'm good with that because I honestly think we're going to need the time.
Roger.
Let me know when we're ready.
You zoom out and look at the hose. Right, too far.
How's that?
Yeah, we're okay. You can zoom back in.
Ready?
Ready.
Yeah, they might be in the sediment a little bit. You might need to dig in there.
And Al, you may have already done this, but could you put the slurp jars on 3?
Coming up.
What is this
Can we
thing?
go a little deeper into the sediments?
Worm moving around.
You want to go more?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Polychaete, some kind. Big scale. Oh,
You want to
could
let
have
it?
been bad. Scale worm.
You want the scale worm?
No, I was just,
Are you just looking?
remarking to the, yeah. There's a lot of
Can we
infauna
stop
here.
the flow and see if we see any tubes in the bottom of the slurp?
Yeah, I see at least half a dozen right now. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot. I hope some of
Great.
them are live, so
Yeah.
we got a good deal
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, that was a good
Great. Thank
collection.
you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go
Oh,
back to
that's a
Nice.
lot of
flush.
them.
Great. Great.
Ready to zoom out, Bob?
Okay.
Oh, I see
Yeah, you
a
can
little
zoom out.
worm also,
Yeah, there was a little worm crawling there.
not in the tube.
Oh, in the oh, great. Wonderful.
All right. And that was number 5. Looks like.
That was jar 5, sample 35.
Great. Thank you. That was great. So if once you get everything stowed, if we could pick up and move down the whale on the left side, is I believe where both Chad and Amanda, you said you thought you saw more of the worms. And then Jan, did you see any bones on this side that had piqued your interest, your and Mo's interest?
I think the bones that we have left are we could get easily from the caudal end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think last, trying for those auditory bullae. Those are the two
The
round
SPL's
things, kind of
overmodulated?
like in the middle of the skull.
I'm
Okay.
going over there.
Just one of them. They don't.
So we'll
doesn't
look
fall
at the
apart.
ribs too and see if we can see ossidax on a fragile part of ribs or that area that might be easy to collect.
And Jen, before we, if we could, when we go over to the left side, if we could take a closer look at the scapula. See that big
Okay.
kind of white kind of oval shaped bone? The scapula is going to be to the right of it. It's partially buried. Be nice to get a close look at that.
Okay.
Not to collect it, but just to look at it, measure it.
Sorry, we're getting the audio sorted there.
Okay. And I think
tell
that
me
might
again?
be able to do that in the same kind of general view location as where we're looking for the worms. So we can kind of scan that area. And you just make sure you get enough close-ups of the bones that you want to see. Okay, Jan? Let me know if you haven't gotten enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, what are we doing? We
We're
were
gonna
trying
pick
to
up.
sort out audio.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, sort
A
of.
little low.
Yeah.
It's low? How's this?
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to pick up and move down the whale on the left side, the side that's to our left, I should say, and we're scanning for the mud for some more worms. We're also looking at the ribs and that larger white bone that's loose from the skeleton, and around that we want to get some good video and measurements.
Now you want to push in the
and the bone to the
zoom a little bit. Yeah, it's good.
And the bone to the left of it also.
Okay.
It's between the ribs of the carcass and that oval kind of oblong shaped bone, which is the humerus.
Is that the humerus? Okay. So that's the upper arm bone, equivalent of our upper arm bone in a whale.
Yeah. And attaches to the scapula, which is what some people call our shoulder blade, but our scapula is in the back.
Is that a pycnogonid there on top?
You want to look
Center?
in here?
Oh, yeah.
Up at the top.
There is a sea spider pycnogonid on top of one of the auditory is it ambulae? Or amp with a P, ampullae.
Auditory bullae with a B.
With a B.
Awesome.
And here we see some bone-eating worms that are not in large clumps, but more individuals. They look bigger than I expected when you see them individually. All right, thank you. Can we kind of pan down to the sediment? So Chad, were you seeing what you thought were worms underneath the skull in that patch of mud or further down?
I thought I saw them in the sediment when we were flying by, but I may have been mistaken. I still think it's worth, obviously we're going to land and scan all around the scapula and humerus there.
Hey, you want to zoom in now?
Bob, let me know if you have trouble hearing anyone.
I'm not seeing any worms.
Yeah, seen the tubes, but
yeah, not the worms.
Not live ones sticking out.
Okay. So can we zoom back out? There we go. So now we're looking at part of the humerus, but let's scan out a little bit. And then Jan, the scapula is to the left of the humerus? Is that what? That you can only see a little bit of it? Is that the scapula?
It's right above it.
It's right
the
above
lasers are to the right of it.
Okay.
Zoom in.
So would you like to get above it
lasers
and
are
look
almost
down on
now.
it?
Now the lasers are on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this an all right view of it from the side?
better to kind of look on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little fish poking out to the left laser.
Oh, yeah.
Little eel pout. Hello, eel pout. Is there any interest? I don't know if it would fit in the rib that's near the scapula, or is that too big?
That'll fit in the starboard box. If it holds, if it's, you know, cohesive enough.
Mm-hmm. It has quite a few worms in it.
Yeah, but how?
I think
We
it's
could
going to
try
fall apart.
You think it's gonna?
Yeah, I think
Well,
that
if
you're
we can
going to
get
get a piece of it.
Yeah, if we could get a piece of it. Seems like there's worms all along, at least at both ends, from what we can see.
Yeah, the portion where that's right in front of the fish, it looks like it's already kind of falling apart.
I was thinking of the one next to the humerus that's in the bottom of our view. There's quite a lot of large bone-eating worms on it. No, Steve, I was looking further down
Okay.
towards the,
Here or here?
but
So lower left
the
or
portion to the right.
Oh, that's part of the scapula. Okay.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that might break off.
Okay.
It might not.
I thought we'd be able to reach it from here. Can we reach it from here?
Can we reach that, Bob?
Zoom out. We circle where you want.
This area? So that you want that scapula piece?
That's what I was looking at. But I can't see the telestrator yet.
I should. Well, it's.
You should see it now.
Yeah, I would have the center of the circle a little to the right. But yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Okay. So kind of over here. It's a little delay. I'm just drawing as I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so where the
Yeah.
lasers are now.
Where the...
Now.
Do the numbers work? Can you put up a
Yeah,
bunch
we're
of...
waiting for the,
Yeah,
the
there we go.
lasers to drop
Yes.
down just a little more.
Yeah, it's the piece kind of.
Yes, that's where I was looking.
Okay.
Yeah. That might
But yeah,
snap off.
that'll-
It's definitely attached.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely attached to that larger piece, that kind of fan-shaped piece.
Let's give it a wiggle and see if we can get it.
You want to just touch it? See?
Yes.
Okay.
If not, that doesn't come off. Jan, over to the far left of this view, are those like hand bones, potentially?
Yeah. Show me the. Yeah.
I can't see what you're talking about.
Okay.
It might be. Might be the pieces just below the humerus. You see the two. Can you tell which piece is the humerus? I'm circling it with my cursor at home, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's right here. It's to the left of the lasers. And you can, if you look down towards the ROV,
How can you zoom out?
you'll see two flat areas. Yeah, that's it. And if you look at the two flat areas, that's where the radius and ulna are kind of our lower part of our arm before our wrist. Those two bones will fit in there. So I think those bones to the left of the humerus are either a radius or an ulna.
Okay. Let's push on this, see if it's easy to move and collect, and if not, we'll pivot over there.
Boy, that's pretty fragile.
Oh, it's going to fall apart. yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Very fragile.
That's tissue paper.
Man.
You know, if you pick that up, the lower portion of the scapula looks like it's moving with it. And so it might actually just break apart.
So
And it'll be a big enough piece, and it's got a lot of
This.
ossidax on it.
Yeah, it does have a lot. And look at some of the morphs there. Some have.
Yes, that.
Some are thick. Some are very thin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning so many new anatomy words
So-
today. Like I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Well, you know your upper
I
arm
taught
bone,
human
right?
anatomy when
So
I
you
was
just
in
want to go
college,
right
but that
in
was
here
a
and
gazillion years ago.
go for the gusto right
Okay.
here?
Yeah.
Plan?
Yes.
Well,
That is what I heard Jan describing. It's just to pick it up right there.
It's probably going to break apart, so I guess you can pick what you want.
I think it's going to break apart, but maybe not.
Oh. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's gonna. You get the whole shebang there.
Oh, I think you're going to get the whole scapula.
Wow.
So just the end was
Oh.
fragile.
Good
Yeah, I
thing
thought the end was going to fall apart, but it's not decomposed enough.
Do you want to leave that?
That's a pretty large piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
we
how
can leave
about
that.
we leave that and then we pan left. We look at those smaller bones to the left of the humerus, which is the bone in the foreground right now. Over there, yeah.
Okay.
Looks like there's also worms on those.
Yeah, there's the larger ossidax on that top of the arm bone, and then there's smaller bones behind it in the background.
You want the whole.
So that's
Not
the
that-
humerus, and it
not
looks
that
like it's
one.
20 centimeters.
You don't want it?
Oh, do you think we can fit that?
Yeah, I think we can put that in the big box,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Steve?
yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I just want to
Let's
keep
do
one of
that.
those for the vertebrae eventually, because I think that's the only place you could really vertebrae afterwards.
This looks to have at least 2 types of ossidax on it.
Yeah, really
You
different.
want it?
Yes, please.
That's it.
All right.
Can we pick it up? And as long as it doesn't look like it's going to start falling apart, let's get a couple screen grabs
Seems
of
like
it
it's
off the
pretty
sediment.
solid.
Yeah, I'm really interested in those
Okay.
those very thick ossidax, if they are ossidax. Those are very unique looking.
So
Do you think it could
size-wise,
handle being rotated so we can see the underside?
yeah, I think it'll hold together.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how. Probably best to take the ossidax out of the bone, right?
No, they said leave it in.
Leave it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
We may have gotten some tube worms.
Even
with
if it's
this
dry,
as
right?
well.
Leave it in.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can get.
Yeah, I mean, if they're easy to pull out, they'll take that.
Yeah.
Believe me, they just don't want them ripped.
Yeah. Okay. Good captures
Great,
all
thank
the way
you.
around.
Okay,
Those are
great.
Really cool looking.
Where's
Can
this
someone
one going?
And Chad,
either
will the
just spell or write what the name of this bone is so I can record it properly?
Humerus.
it's in the science chat, I think.
Okay.
Humerus.
And starboard side?
Not
Yeah,
as in
Mo has written it.
Yeah, not as in.
not
funny.
in that it makes you laugh kind of humorous.
Yeah, that's the ulna. That's your funny bone.
Okay. Starboard
And
box.
those are
yeah.
off to the left.
Can you go in F, which is the aft one?
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready for the sample cam.
Raj.
Ready for the sample cam.
Yeah, do it.
Chad, will the bones
Going
go
out. Is
back
there anything
to
in there
or
that's going
go
to
to
float
Cal
away?
Academy after the Ossidax worm biologists are done with it?
I believe they can. They're not really interested in the bone. They already
F?
have several bones. They were going to run them for
That
genetic
right here,
analysis.
F? Fox?
Yeah, F.
Yeah.
That fits perfectly.
Wow.
Cool.
That. Like a glove.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Sample ID 36?
Yeah, I was worried the boxes.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Sample 36, box F, correct?
Correct.
All right. Great. There were a few of the tubes that may have made it in the box there as well. I haven't seen any tubes, though, in this area where it was obvious there were actual worms inside. So I think we can move on down the whale towards the tail. Jan, did you get enough video of the bones in this area?
Want to zoom in now?
Yeah, I think so. If we could just take a look at, I don't know what's going to happen once the ROV goes back up, but the little radius and ulna that's to the left, just off of the screen, and there's probably some finger bones scattered around there also.
Phalanges.
Phalanges with a PH.
That's such a great word.
I gotta do a bio.
I would think of Phoebe Buffet on Friends. Her fictitious last name is always
play with the
Phalange.
camera while they're, I think they want to.
Oh, great, Paul. Is it possible to get? I don't know if it is without moving the ROV, but can we pan as far left as possible?
I think we have some room.
Okay.
So just so I can orient myself, this is the left side of the whale if it's belly up. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the left humerus.
I think that's as far as we have without moving.
Okay.
Yeah, I know one of those bones is a radius. So that's the
lower arm bone.
If you put your hand on a table and you rotate your arm, that's the one that helps it swirl around, kind of rotate back and forth. Your whole arm, your whole lower portion of the arm.
I was wondering who was going to be the first person to say that.
Let's see what Mo has to say.
And then, Gian, as you follow the manipulator arm up to the upper left-hand part of the viewable sediment, there's also some ossidax up there. So I'm thinking that's a small bone, maybe like you were saying, a phalange or a finger bone, potentially. It's
hard to tell. I see a radius. Yeah, those the upper ones that I'm circling my cursor with, just to the left of the lasers. That's a pretty small bone.
I think I could either move Mongo or just like tilt over, but
it's probably a
phalange.
But it's hard to tell right now.
Yeah, but the worms.
It's easier to look down on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely bone.
I wouldn't mind
just
if you panned right.
Pan right?
Pan right.
Yeah, sure.
Did we already zoom on the middle of the scapula with what looks like a amphipod?
I think we did, but we could do it again.
I don't know.
Since we're sitting here.
Just curious.
I'm zooming. Tilt it up a little bit.
Al's gonna zoom, because that's his nickname. He's got to do the zoom.
Gotta do the zoom. Oh.
The ROV goes
shiny.
Zip, zip, and the camera goes zoom, zoom.
Is that one of those bristleworms?
Definitely looks segmented.
Yeah.
That one, scale worm?
Scale worm, thanks, yeah.
Wow.
Chad, that's a really nice close-up of those thicker ossidax.
Definitely an
I don't remember seeing that kind of oxidax last time. Do you?
No,
I just remember
not at
the
all.
thinner ones that we're seeing.
Yeah,
I
they're
remember
much...
seeing ones similar to the upper left-hand side, but not these.
Well, I haven't seen them in those thick sheaths or thick tubes before.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do they produce that? Is that part of their body? Is it like an ooze or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys? Now we have the tube worms out in this view. I think they were just hiding from us earlier from the disturbance.
That's great. Hey, Steve, can you do this 3 or 4? Thanks.
Can we pan down just a smidge to kind of center those worms, the tube worms in view?
1 second. Bob's going to get his headsets on. He's going to put his mic very close to his mouth. He's going to smile.
Not too close.
But not too close. It's his headset. No one else has touched him.
You talking about me?
We want to tilt down a little bit, Bob. Just a wee bit on a tilt. Down. Look, too many wees. There we go. Thank you.
Are we looking for live tube worms? Is that the scene?
Okay, 7 seconds.
Bingo.
There we go. I am all the way in on my lens.
Hopefully those will be easy to, you came at them from the right side. Just
Are we
kind of
slurping?
suck 'em right up
Is
the
that the
slurp.
plan?
Well,
Do you
I
guys
think we
have
try
any?
one more time.
Yeah. Do you guys have any
We're
plans
here.
for slurping anything? I think we only have 2 jars left.
That's right.
What else would we slurp?
That's why I'm asking. I just wanted to.
Okay. Not that I know of. I haven't seen anything come in the science chat. Have you, Jan?
No. And that's a pretty big one, kind of about 3 o'clock. You can see it from the side.
Uh-huh.
So I think seeing as we're here, and we
Yeah.
definitely can confirm that there's
We can go ahead and
worms
do
that are
that.
alive.
It does say collect 3+ canisters of infrared worms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dive plan.
So let's go ahead and slurp these guys.
Seems
Okay, I'll
like
zoom out.
the time efficient thing to do.
Yeah, we're already parked.
Yep. And then we'll head to the tail.
I think I got to move over just a hair.
Okay.
So we have to come up at 12, is that correct?
What
Or a
did
little
we-
bit before
Did you do
12.
it on 18? You based it on 18
Yeah,
meters
12
a minute?
is the deadline. Because
15.
Okay, so we have about an hour left.
Let's.
It seems like earlier is
I
better.
mean, I'm kind of taking a guess here, but we could probably get 18. Well, we're gonna drop weights. It's not like I can punch it in the calculator and go, "Hey, look, that's where we're gonna be." It's kind of a guess. Educated guess, but still a guess.
Roger, we'll calculate for 18 meters a minute.
Don't
Is
forget
it
to
1653? Have we gotten forward? And have we, has the future been realized?
I blow it either way, right?
don't forget to add in that correction factor for all those whale bones are going to be hauling up.
Oh, that's true. How many whalebones are we
those,
doing?
but
They're not that heavy.
no.
Well,
I don't
unless
know.
we're doing any
I
big
don't know.
ones.
Are they heavy?
I don't think so. I mean, it didn't. I don't think that was a heavy one we picked up.
What about, are we doing a vertebrae? Vertebra?
Yeah, we were going to get a vertebrae or 2.
Well, how much does a whale vertebrae weigh?
Oh my God, we're going to go into
Here we go.
half of meters per second differentials.
Like an SAT
How
math
about we
question.
slurp the worms?
I think we just kind of stick with noon, maybe. That's the easiest.
There we go.
That's the easiest math.
I like Chad's thought.
Jar
Yeah.
3 is empty, right?
Whichever scenario is going to probably let Mark not wait around so long. Wondering where we are.
Steve, Jar 3 is
All right.
good.
So we got an hour.
So we jar 3 and 7 are our last available.
Was that a compromise
3
number?
works.
Going at noon? What is that based on?
That's based on 15 meters.
Okay.
How much time did you give for the recovery process?
20 minutes.
That's about right. If all goes smoothly.
I'll go smoothly. And it also gives us a few minutes extra wiggle room for any monitoring of tether as we move up, just in case.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to be fiddling around with that.
Well, then we're definitely not doing 18 meters.
We were almost a half hour on the last dive.
All right, we're going to take a poll, and whoever's closest gets a candy bar. When do we leave bottom and
What
we'll
happened to the money bets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unauthorized.
Whoops.
Do that on Nautilus.
Candy it is.
It's like,
Get
what,
on there.
it's like when you order an Uber and you're not sure it's actually going to be what it says or if it's just going to be late.
Deep sea.
Deep sea Uber.
Deep sea.
All right, we're going in here somewhere, right? You want to zoom in now?
Yeah. So
Zoom
you
in.
see the scapula and the oval part facing us on the scapula. We were looking to the right of that.
All right.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, you're pointed right at it.
Mm-hmm. And Sam, Mo says